Welcome to ASSAT Analysts, the debate game show where the points definitely matter and we take things way too seriously. My name is Josh Johnson, and I'm joined here with my roommates, Nathaniel Jackson.
Yo.
And Kyle Jennis.
Howdy.
Stay tuned to find out who truly is the king of pulling random facts and arguments right out of their ass.
Welcome to this Friday's episode. We have our Simpleton episode today, but before we get into the topic, we have our special guest, Bryce, who is trying to figure out who the bullshitter was on Wednesday. But before we get to his final vote, which is the only vote that actually matters, we'll go ahead and do the host vote. Just, it's kind of fun. We like voting. So Josh voted me. Interesting. Kyle, who did Kyle vote for? Fuck.
Sorry. I voted it.
He voted for me too.
I folded the paper a lot.
Okay. I voted for Josh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. The reason that's funny is because while we were off air, I said, well, I know it's not Josh for sure.
All right, Bryce, who'd you vote for?
I am gonna go with because I think Josh was very knowledgeable in all aspects of the movie, made me think he's seen it, made me think he's was interested in it and studied a little bit more. I do think there's a shot that was just all prior knowledge that he brought to the table, but I think that's unlikely. So ruled out Josh. Then it became, did Kyle pick this because it was the last thing he saw and thought he could remember enough about it to argue it with 60 seconds of research? Or did Nathaniel pick this because he read the book and thought he might be able to off with 60 seconds? And I'm gonna stick with my initial guess. I'm gonna say it was Nathaniel. I think it was Nathaniel.
Would anyone like to come forward?
I still have a chance to win.
It was
or at least
Kyle.
not lose.
So actually, Kyle,
I second guessed myself
Kyle,
in the middle.
You don't, because I also got a point there.
Oh no!
So you and I
But
are
you do
tied,
have
Kyle.
potential to tie for last place. So if you end up winning the Simpleton, so let's go break down the scores.
Okay,
where they're at now.
Okay.
Let's break down the scores of where we're at now, because I believe I just took the lead.
Okay, so Josh, you are in the lead with 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
I am up to 9 points, and Nathaniel is still at 11. Why did I call you Nathaniel? I've never called you that before.
I appreciate that.
You want me to start doing that?
Yes. That is my name.
Okay. Well, I'm so used to calling you Nate because that's what you introduced yourself to me as.
Okay.
He did it to himself, but he
did.
prefers to go by Nathaniel.
I can start doing it if you'd like, if it pleases your royal highness.
Nathaniel.
Yeah.
I realized
Nail.
that we moved past it. I realized that this is in the past, but I'm so upset because the reason that I picked Nathaniel was because he kept referring to Matthew McConaughey's character as the as the Dark One, and everything I saw about it on the referred to him as the Man in Black, and I thought maybe that was just a discrepancy between the book. Had an
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I think I said the dark one the first time, and then I said the black one the second time.
you were changing your answer, and I was like,
yeah.
Also, technically, aren't supposed to be looking things up.
Oh wait, I'm not.
I mean, it's okay because it's like in the past now, but ideally, if somebody actually is able to bullshit their way through it and at least give you a confident answer and look you in the eyes and tell you that they're not bullshitting you, then that's kind of what the premise of it is.
I got it wrong, and I was looking stuff up.
Yeah.
Who's the real loser?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
dang, that was okay.
Because like realistically, you could just look up like obscure things. Like if we were to open it up to that, you could just look up obscure different details of it and really kind of weed out who it was that did research and didn't do research.
And that was my theory of the case for Kyle. I was like, he just picked a really obscure one that he was hoping I wouldn't know anything about.
Which is funny that you said that, because I thought the exact same thing about Nathaniel.
No,
even though he had read
I've
the book.
heard of Dark Tower.
Genuinely, I picked the Dark Tower. It actually has horrible reviews of the movie. I actually did kind of enjoy the movie, but it's just of all of Stephen King's movies.
I mean, that's also kind of a thing with you, though. Like things that are poorly critically acclaimed or like have poor critic reviews, you seem to really like. You do also
sometimes,
like,
but
you like things that do have good reviews.
I
but
just genuinely, I don't like horror scary movies. I don't. I
think that's the big
hate
reason
'em.
you picked
I
Dark
hate 'em.
Tower.
Yeah, I hate them.
I will also at this point admit I have never seen The Shining.
What?
Sacrilege.
But I know it's been on my list of things to watch for a long time, but it's that same kind of thing in Nathaniel, and especially like just it's the eeriness of it. Like it just, even though it is a simple story just told in a very intriguing way, I'm fascinated by the filmmaking of it and the way that it was written and everything like that. But I can't bring myself to like sit down and actually watch it because I know I'm gonna have nightmares.
I think there are scarier movies, but it's just creepy. Like I've seen it only one time, and that was my senior year of high school. But it's pretty bizarre. It's just ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I also watched The Prestige, and then for a week had nightmares that I was drowning myself. So
is that the one with the magic trick war or something like that?
Yeah, that's a fantastic film.
Yeah,
but we'll get into
incredible.
that later.
Christopher Nolan's coming soon. We got to do some Christopher Nolan movies.
Actually, that would be pretty fire. That'd be pretty fire.
Yep. All right. Well, dang. All right. I'm still in second, right?
Yes.
So okay.
You're in second.
So Kyle can tie me for second.
I have to win.
Yeah,
and
then
then
we have to win Simpleton, and then we both have to
Well,
dress up and split the costs of the dinner.
He has to, if Nathaniel wins tonight, then he takes the lead.
Well, this is the last episode of the month.
No, I understand that. And only one of us is getting 2 points.
Yeah.
So if you win it, then you take the lead.
Yep.
If Kyle wins it, I maintain the lead.
Yep.
But Kyle then ties.
Yeah, and we're both getting punished.
Yes, by a costume of my choice.
Yep.
Oh no.
May or may not be matching. And then if I win it, then
I still lose.
Then the placings don't change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but that's kind of where we're standing right now. With that being said, our topic for this week is one of us is going to be taking Bryce on a date. The parameters for that. So these dates were kind of set up for not necessarily Bryce in mind, but Bryce will be winning this on the game show. So the premise is we're starting in Nashville. So that kind of gives us a radius of what we can do in one day. And we have a $300 budget. So if part of that includes, are we including like gas in that? I didn't think about that, but like
nah,
I mean, realistically, no.
Okay.
Because that would be, especially because that would be different budgets for each of us because of the vehicles we drive. Like that's just kind of.
Yeah, I drive an SUV.
I mean, so do I.
I have a hybrid.
Yeah.
But Nathaniel would lose on time because he can't go as far. So
True.
The $300 was meant to set kind of the radius, and the $300 was meant to kind of set a similar parameters to what our date could be. Mm-hmm. So with that being said,
and it's a fall date, so this is like
it is September, based in fall.
September, October, November. Those are your 3 months that you can plan it. You try and do things related to fall, but it can be what you want. All right, who wants to go first?
Not me.
Yeah, Nathaniel, you're up. You've been super confident about this. I really want to know what you got.
Honestly, same.
Set that bar.
Yeah.
Woo me.
All right, Bryce.
Woo me.
Look into his eyes.
Picking you up at 6:50. We have reservations. 6:50 a.m.
Oh my God.
We have reservations downtown. I'm saying 6:50 because I know how long it takes to drive from where I would be picking Bryce up. But we have reservations at Biscuit Love.
For brunch.
For breakfast.
No.
Oh, you do need to wake up at 6:50 to get the Biscuit Love. That's fair, actually.
Yep. So we're going to Biscuit Love for breakfast. We'll eat breakfast, and then after breakfast, we're going to go on a little hike. It's a trail that's about it's close to Springfield, so it's a decent little drive up to Springfield. Everything I've read, it's really pretty. It's around a lake up there. Everything I've read says that the whole hike takes approximately 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So we're going to do a morning hike. We'll probably leaving from Biscuit Love, get there 30 to 40 minutes later. So get there around noon, depending on how long we eat breakfast for. And then we will hike. And at the top of the hike, we are going to stop and do a little picnic and have nice little lunch. And then come down the mountain. And in Springfield, there is a pumpkin patch, it's
Can we go back to the picnic?
oh yeah.
What's in the picnic basket? What are we eating?
I was about to write that down to ask it later.
Okay, so
Smart.
for lunch, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't plan anything, so I gotta think of something.
We have a blanket and a single
Got
candle.
a blanket and a basket and food inside.
Leftovers from Biscuit Love.
Frozen pizza that at this point is lukewarm. No,
But it's been
My
wrapped in
portable
tinfoil, so it's warm.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
let's see. How about some? I'll bring a charcuterie board. We can have some nice cheese.
AKA a Lunchable.
A nice one that I am
a
going
very
to hand make.
A fancy Lunchable, but it's a Lunchable.
I'm gonna. It's gonna be a fancy one I hand make in Bryce's initials.
Whoa.
It's gonna. Yep.
I'm
It's gonna have different cheeses, different crackers. We got some fruit in there. We're gonna have some grapes. I like grapes and cheese and crackers. We're gonna have different meats.
And you're carrying this on a hike?
Yeah. It won't be too bad. I'm carrying it.
I know, I'm just picturing you carrying it.
What, you think I can't do it?
No,
You can.
Well, it's either going in a pack, which means that it's going to be kind of possibly jumbled up and not as nicely presented as you're letting it out to be, or you're just going to be carrying like a tray in the middle of the
front of
hike.
him the whole time.
All right, screw it. I'm getting rid of the
Well,
charcuterie board. We're doing sushi. Sushi for lunch.
Oh, even better.
Yep.
It's still in your back. I'll let you finish
Let
your
him-
date.
let
I'm
him-
I
sorry.
like
Let him
sushi. We're
carry
doing
on.
sushi
I will be
for
writing
lunch.
down my comments and we will address them at the end.
Yeah.
I'm writing. I want sushi, so we're gonna do sushi for lunch. I know Bryce likes sushi.
That's
So-
a good call.
Yeah, so
That's
we're gonna do sushi for lunch.
Oh shoot.
So we'll eat the sushi at the top. Have some fun, just kind of hang out and relax and be in nature for a little bit. We'll go down. There's an apple orchard and pumpkin patch in Springfield. We're going to go there, and we're going to do some apple cider and pumpkin cider tastings, along with a little like mid-afternoon snack. And we'll do that as the sun's kind of going down, and then we're going to be heading to the Ryman. And by the way, this date is taking place on November 17th.
Oh.
And on November 17th at the Ryman at 7:30 p.m., Manchester Orchestra is playing. And tickets, they're floor tickets, row V, section 8 on the main floor. It's $85 each. This concert starts at 7:30, and we will be hanging out from 7:30 until the concert ends, which my guess will probably be midnight, maybe a little after, by the time we get out of there in traffic and everything. And we'll go on up to Love Circle, and we'll hang out and finish up the night and chill and have good conversation, talk about the concert and all that stuff.
Oh. Well, okay then.
So that is my day.
So
All right.
sushi, huh?
Sushi. Yep.
Sushi
on a hike?
sushi on a hike. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
Hey, no, my
Look,
bad.
sushi on a mountaintop, fantastic idea. Getting it there is going to take a little bit extra, and
Hey.
I believe Bryce is worth it.
Hey,
and I think
I
you
am
do
gonna
too.
have a nice basket that has ice packs and warm
I was
spots.
gonna say, man, I've been sweating up a storm out here. You know what I could really do for? Some raw fish in this basket you brought that's been covered by blankets.
Bring me the sushi.
Not all sushi is raw, okay? That's
Yep.
more
Oh,
sashimi.
yeah.
All sashimi is raw, but it is
Is it
different.
sashimi or sashimi?
You know, I think that deserves a golf clap.
So that is my day. That is my day date.
Okay.
Plenty of
that's a
time
pretty good
for
one.
conversation, for hanging out, for enjoying. We're going to enjoy nature. We're going to get to do a cool little fall activity, and we're going to get to see a great band play.
Actually, can I go next?
And some good food.
Yeah.
Can
you
I go
got it.
next?
Mm-hmm.
I got a pretty good one. Mine's more like afternoon, evening. So one of the big things I wanted to do, there's actually a place out kind of by Springfield called Honeysuckle Hill Farms, where they have all sorts of stuff. We'll go probably, let's say like 1 in the afternoon. We'll try and get there. They have all sorts of stuff like corn maze. They have a pumpkin patch we can pick pumpkins at. They have some like amusement park kind of stuff. They've got slides. They've got some small little like carousel things or something like that. They also have something really cool called like apple cannons for like target practice, which that to me just sounds like such a fun thing. So we could easily spend, a couple hours there. We'll come back to Nashville, do an early dinner at the Pub, which is one of my favorite restaurants in Nashville. They have a bomb fish and chips. They did not sponsor me to say that. They're not paying me. I'm just putting it out there.
They definitely can if they want to, though.
Yeah, please. I will. Please. Oh, my God, please.
Link in bio.
Yes. And since it's fall, have a nice fall beer, anything like that, And actually, mine is also on a specific date. It's November 3rd because if we were to do this date, Daughtry is actually playing at the Ryman.
Wow.
Daughtry's playing at the Ryman on November 3rd, and I love Daughtry. Like that was one of my favorite bands in when was Daughtry? I don't remember when Daughtry was huge, but like my dad and I would jam to
Daughtry
Daughtry.
was huge.
I thought they were.
I know.
I feel like it was in like 2017. I feel like 2016.
Yeah.
It was a joke, but yeah.
Well, yeah, and so that's
The mid 20-teens.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but and that'd be the end. That would ideally be like the end to the night because I don't know, concerts can run late, but I assume since it's more rock band, it'd be later in the evening. So that would be kind of the wrap up of the night. We'll leave, we'll go home, drop them off, say, hey, I had a nice time. Can't wait to do this again. Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Well, my day is significantly more kind of mellow and low key. So it is kind of, again, more of an afternoon evening kind of thing. It doesn't start at 6:30 in the morning. So you'll have time to get your beauty sleep and put your face on. But so I'd be picking you up kind of around noonish, kind of middle of the day. We could kind of figure out the details day of. But we'd be going down to the Nashville Farmers Market. And so we kind of, walk around and, kind of explore the different vendors that they have, pick up some vegetables and, if we wanted to, depending on what they look like, possibly get some pumpkins that we could carve later. And then, get lunch there at one of the food trucks. And then we would go back to either my apartment or, honestly, your mother has a beautiful kitchen. So I'd love to use that. But so we would go back and cook some of the produce that we got. And I was thinking maybe like a butternut squash soup or something like that. That would take some time. But while that's cooking, we could carve some pumpkins, maybe have a glass of wine or a local beer, whatever it was that we found at the farmer's market that we both seemed kind of interested in. And then as, by that point, it's kind of getting, kind of in the evening. The sun's starting to go down at about, 5:36-ish. So we'd go out into the backyard and have a little fire and eat our soup around the fire and, maybe drink a little bit more wine and, just kind of relax and have a nice kind of mellow evening.
He's trying to loosen me up. Is that what you said, Bryce?
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Well, yeah, like the big event is kind of going to the farmer's market and picking out the produce and kind of exploring the vendors and everything. They've got a lot of artisans there, and so that's kind of the main thing that it is. But then it's picking out the produce and then coming back and doing something with it. So there's a lot of time for, just kind of hanging out and talking and
getting to know one another.
Well, in catching up, because, realistically, the past couple of years I've lived in Chattanooga a lot and just recently moved back to Nashville, and then you just recently moved away to Seattle pretty much as soon as I got back. So, you know, a lot of time to kind of spend time and you know, just enjoy each other's company. But
Okay.
and then I forgot this. At the end of the date, I will be handing you $150 cash because that's what I had left over.
He planned it specifically.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the rest of it. Treat yourself.
Well, and honestly, I mean that's kind of generous.
Yeah.
Or that's
Okay, that feels
generous.
cheap.
Honestly, we'll probably have a lot more money left over.
Yeah.
You could realistically have this day for a lot of fun for
Okay.
probably like $50.
So pretty
Josh,
much.
And then I pocket the other $100.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it is.
I don't think you should be allowed to give the extra
that
cash.
was a joke. I'm not actually saying give him the
no,
extra
oh,
cash.
yeah. It's
But it
paying
was-
for his plane ticket. Part of it. Anyway.
Well, if he's flying Spirit, that'll be a round trip.
Oh, wow.
True. I've flown Spirit
Yeah.
before.
And he'll have enough to buy a
Weird.
drink during his layover.
We are not sponsored by Spirit
Am I right?
Airlines.
Delta or whoever decides to sponsor us for this.
Yeah. I don't know if any airline is going to sponsor us.
Well, we don't beat people, and we believe in seatbelts, so we're not Delta or
Yeah.
or Spirit.
Yeah, Southwest, if you would like to reach out, I'd appreciate it. We'll happily do a Southwest sponsorship.
Yeah, I don't know why Delta was my go-to.
Yeah,
'Cause
your mom works
because
for
they're a popular
Southwest.
airline.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I lived outside Atlanta, so every time we flew, it was pretty much Delta, just because that's all we could freaking get. It's an inevitable thing. If you fly in or out of Atlanta, you're pretty much flying Delta.
All right. Well, other than questionable sushi, Bryce, do you have any questions?
So some of these dates I have not calendar dates, not outing dates.
Yep.
I have a few issues with specifically Daughtry, as that is in from time of recording a week and a half away.
I mean, you're right. That is true. Realistically, that won't happen.
A little bit difficult to execute. Do you
Yeah.
have a backup?
Probably there. I mean, it is Nashville, so there might be some other shows or something we could go to like later on. Obviously, I liked that because it's a show that I know that probably both of us would enjoy. I don't know a whole lot about your music taste, but
Well, Daughtry's fun for most people to listen to.
It's rock music, and it's I haven't been to a show like a show in a while, and that jumped out to me. I was like, dude, Daughtry would be fun to see. I never, so
How much did you spend on Daughtry tickets?
His whole budget.
well, a lot. I mean, probably yeah.
I mean, he
I don't know
bought,
about
he
all the-
bought
Why do
nosebleeds.
you ask?
Right.
Did you allocate any to buy a T-shirt?
You could, yeah. There's still some in there. A lot of the budget was in the Daughtry tickets. I mean, realistically, most of it was. It'd probably be like obviously there's parking for wherever in the city, but I could make it work. There's still some left over.
So the benefit to my date is that the Nashville's Farmer Market is open pretty much every day. So
True.
you can do that whenever works on your schedule, whenever you're in town, and
Yeah,
we would actually be able to do that.
I've got some pros and cons written down for all of these. Other questions. Let's see.
Does sushi make the list?
Because
Because I feel like, hike sushi is.
I have on my budget written down for a nice cooler that will protect that sushi during that hike.
that will fit in your pack.
Yeah, I'll just carry it.
Okay. Okay.
I work out. I'm swole.
He is.
You'll be swollen by the time you carry that thing back down.
Nah, I'll just dump the ice out. It'll be empty by the time.
my
it's done.
tonsils are
Yeah, the
swollen.
water goes back to the earth. It's okay.
Food poisoning.
Oh yeah.
Nathaniel's that guy hiking with the full boom box.
That's sushi
Not
budget.
like a Bluetooth speaker, but like the full shoulder
It's
mounted.
not going to be cheap
from the
sushi.
80s.
My sushi budget's pretty big.
Also, Nathaniel, I might have to here's the thing: is that you very played to your audience with this Manchester Orchestra pick. That was shameless pandering, and I'm here for it. The issue with that is about a week before my intention to return. However, that is also something that's possibly worth rescheduling. That is rescheduling my return. That is even if I don't pick you, I might have to, because oh boy.
He's thinking about it.
I really am. I gotta be honest with you guys. I am a big fan of Josh's. I think Josh's sounds very intentional. All of the things he planned for us to do is stuff that I genuinely felt like I wanted to do, and not with a person who is a fan of insert band here.
Fair enough.
And I thought it was personal. I liked that it was kind of low key and cute. Lots of time for conversation, and not that you can't at a hike or a pumpkin orchard. That wasn't the difference. But I'd like to let me get my beauty sleep. I need plenty of time to put this full face on. So,
how much time goes into your morning routine?
Around 6.
Yeah, maybe 7.
Just no units.
Just 6.
Yeah, just about 4.
Yeah,
maybe 5.
Man, maybe 8. 7 the other day. That was rough.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I think for all of those reasons, I'm gonna go with Josh's.
You know what? I respect it.
Yes.
Nathaniel, you look crushed right now.
I'm angry.
I'm not mad in all honesty.
I spent a lot of time on mine making sure I didn't go over budget, but I'm right at budget. Making sure there was beer money for the concert. There's T-shirt money for the concert.
This is indicative. I know you had what you're getting. This is not a problem with me. This is a problem for anyone that you're planning an extravagant date for. At some point, they're going to be like, "You're spending this."
We had a $300 budget that we all agreed on.
$300 is too much to spend on a date.
Yeah, but
it is.
Well,
I mean, it is.
So, and I think
for a woman like me, that's too much.
Yeah. Well, and I think that is kind of an important thing of going into it, is that it's not necessarily how much money you spent on it or how much,
I mean, yeah.
It's the adventures that you can have along the way.
I mean, yes, which is why I did the pumpkin patch and apple orchard that's free, and
those were good throw-ins. Also, I don't quite. I understand the farmers market thing, but I don't honestly understand the pumpkin patch thing. A little bit. What do you do at a pumpkin patch if you're not there to pick out and buy pumpkins?
You do try pumpkin cider.
I guess, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, but
we get to do cider tastings, and I would pick apples, but
there's plenty to do.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never been to a cider tasting. I think that would be kind of cool.
I went to a wine tasting with Colby's parents the other night. That was a story for another time.
Oh boy.
But okay, well, Kyle, where does that leave us on the points now? Total, because this would be the end of the month.
Yes.
So where does that leave us for who's where?
Okay. I'll do the guests first. So Bryce got 1 point in the parlay episode on Monday. So for the month, the guests have 5 points. For the hosts, in first place, we have Josh, who has 14.
Boo.
In second place,
You're booing yourself.
No, I'm still booing first place.
in second place, although he didn't get any points at all this week, he maintained his placement. Nathaniel, and
I don't.
no, hang on, I'm almost done. And even though I almost made a comeback, I was in last with 9 points, so I am the loser for this month.
I thought I had you on the Simpleton. Man, I'm angry. I'm being punished for using the budget, the the line that we set for ourselves.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just that, but it was, like you said, it was pandering and, like, you just threw some things out there, and it was a day that didn't necessarily...
I mean, there are things that I would want to do with someone.
But it also didn't necessarily take his schedule into consideration.
We got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you said we got out of the concert at midnight, and then went to Love Circle?
I mean... If you want to go home, we don't have to do Love Circle. But, I mean, Biscuit Love's awesome, and I love Biscuit Love. It's delicious.
I'm not saying it's not a good idea. I'm just saying that was a little all-encompassing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, going into this, we did say this is a full day's date. That was the thing.
We said that it could be. We said
we said it was a full day's date.
Which, to be fair, I also planned like a 9-hour date, and so did Kyle.
Yeah.
Like a 9+ hour date.
So mine's only like 3 hours more.
Yeah.
What time does the concert end?
Knowing them, if it starts at 7:30,
with 2 opening acts.
Yeah, so
it'd easily be like probably. I'd just say midnight.
Yeah, midnight is probably
okay,
safe.
so you planned an 18-hour date.
Which
is twice as long as mine.
7 o'clock to okay.
That's like 17 hours.
Like unless you have nap time planned in there, that's going to be a rough day.
Yeah, it's
a rough day. That sounds like a blast to me.
I understand that, but it physically just hard to get
back on it not being fun. I think it would be fun. I just don't know that I have the capacity to go.
If that was a weekend, it would be perfect.
True.
But we did say you had one day to do whatever it was you wanted in that time. And in my time, it was specific to the afternoon so that it could funnel into the evening and end with a nice fire.
Nate, look at it this way.
I don't care what you say. I won that episode.
Bryce, the other nice thing about our day is that you could invite 1 or 2 other people if you wanted to, and it would not hinder the plans at all.
Sure.
Because we'd have plenty of soup, and
the only thing
we'd have
invite to mine is
fire.
The concert. You could invite people to every part of mine except the concert. Just saying.
Hey, Nathaniel, do you want to go visit Love Circle with about?
Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've done that though.
I know. Yeah.
At least you didn't lose the month, Nathaniel. You just lost this week.
Yeah.
He just lost everything this week.
Well, yeah. I tried so hard, man.
I think honestly, I like watching Nathaniel lose more than I like winning. I think it's so much more satisfying.
And I know the audience can't see it, which is the worst part.
The frustrating thing to me is when I go into it and I'm so confident. I'm like, there's no way I lose this.
You go into everything so confident.
No, I don't. There are episodes where I'm definitely far more confident than others. Like this Simpleton episode, I was like, there's no way I don't lose or win. And I lost. And then same thing with, this is an unreleased episode that will never be released, but the freaking sports one we did the other week. I went into that, I was like,
with
dude,
Teddy?
Yeah. I was like, there is no shot I lose this. And then y'all just ripped me apart.
Oh, yeah. That's the...
Yeah, well, esports isn't a singular sport. But we'll get to that on another episode.
No.
As far as... this week and this month and this episode, we are at our conclusion. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and we will see you next month.
Goodbye.
Fuck y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to join us on the next episode where we will continue to debate as good friends do. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube and stay up to date on all things asshat, and to participate in polls and activities throughout the week based on the themes of the upcoming episodes.
We also started a Patreon for those of you who are interested in showing your support in a more direct way. On our Patreon, we have a ton of bonus content, including tier lists, loser dinners, and bonus podcast episodes.
We want to continue making content that makes you think, smile, and especially laugh. And the best way that you guys can help us do that, leave a like or a comment, download and share all these episodes with your friends and family members who you think would enjoy our tomfoolery, our shenanigans, and all those other crazy words that encapsulate our content.